Yeah, yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Raider Nation. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's been a long time since I've been live. A few things went down, personal. Life has always been life. Then, of course, a couple of changes on schedules and so forth. Unfortunately, I had a death in the family, so um, only a good thing about that is, right, I get to see all my relatives, all my family. Headed back to Miami. That's why I couldn't do my typical Tuesday show last week after the game, which I'm not too sure. many of our Raider Nation is gonna like to hear what I have to say about that game because a lot of it had nothing to do with the game, believe it or not. We'll get into it as always. We'll talk about it. Yeah, and then of course we got got real lucky with the W yesterday or Monday, right? Yeah. Um all kinds of stuff to talk about this show. So, let's get back to it real quick. My sponsors, as always, the Growler Bar, they don't give me anything, but like I say, I like to shout them out. I got a stout from them. It's winter time. It's cold. Love my stouts in the winter, so I rock with those quite a bit. Yeah, if you haven't already, please don't forget to smack that like button and also please subscribe. Um, I've been slacking quite a bit when it comes to trying to gain more traction on subscribers and so forth. Clearly, that last game wasn't nothing to pass anything out to, anyways. Oh man, let's just get into it, right? Of course, I got my bourbon too for today, as always. I always rock with my bourbon and my stout when it comes to the winter times, man. So I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm gonna start where I left off, if you will, and that is Kansas City. Kansas City Chiefs. Unbelievable. You know what? I'm not even gonna talk much about that game. Uh it was a disaster from the beginning, very beginning, from absolute first snap, as we all know. Jacobs fumble straight for a touchdown. Nothing was good about this game, other than the actual hospitality and you know the the fans and I'm just shocked at how I was treated. I definitely did not expect to have a have an audience of happy people. um, as we all know, to my knowledge, there are two teams that we hate as Raiders. It's either the Chiefs or it's the Donkeys, right? So again, this is probably not going to be, for all you guys that absolutely hate the Chiefs the most, probably wouldn't turn this off. Yeah, probably don't want to listen to what I'm having to say about this because I have a lot great to say about Kansas City. Not about the football team, obviously, but about the city itself. Absolutely shocked. Amazed. I mean, blown away to be honest. I'm gonna lose a lot, a lot of friends this particular show because, man, I live in Texas, right? And we all know there's that big old battle between Texas and Kansas City barbecue. Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I've been here in Texas for over 13 years. And when in Rome, you do as the Romans do. And I agreed for quite some time, Texas barbecue is where it's at. All of the Kansas City and Memphis and other barbecues that I've tried, with the exception of Memphis. I've actually been to Memphis, right, and had several home cooked Memphis meals from that respect on the barbecue side of the fence. So yeah, I just figured, I'll lean with what I've been leaning with: Memphis, KC, Texas. I mean, Texas usually comes out on top. I'll lean that way. Well, let me tell you something. Between Gates, Jack Stacks, LCs, man, listen here. Listen here. I don't even understand why it's even an argument. I am as objective as they come. I don't know what to tell you, people. I'm sorry, Texas. I'm sorry, all my Texas people, my family. I mean, I hope y'all don't disown me, but I just don't. It's not even the comparison. I mean, to say outstanding was an understatement. Again, no idea where the comparison even came from. And in fact, it's my own fault for not doing my own due diligence and waiting till I got to actual Kansas City to taste Kansas City style barbecue, as opposed to what I'm tasting in other areas that are actually mimicking the style, right? Let me tell you guys, the barbecue was past amazing. I can't say enough about it. Just the city in general. Got off the plane late, Saturday night. And of course, I'm going to a popular bar downtown, and I'm by myself, right? No Raiders. And I mean, you can't see anything Raiders anywhere. Treated great. Had drinks purchased for me, ran into a couple of work Christmas parties at the place, 3 levels, John's rooftop or something like that. Um, Pleasantly surprised. Greeted exactly the way I expected to be greeted as a Raider. Very polite, but also we gonna get in that, yeah, giving me that verbiage I like, giving me the ribbon and so forth that, the fans like back, that banter back and forth. It was amazing. I I was excited. It made for the game the next morning to be even that much better. Uh, had a lot of good, great conversations, quick conversations just about the town, the city in general. And again, no, I had no idea Kansas City was such a live city like that. Excuse me. Shout outs to Kansas City. Real talk. Their fans, I mean, everything was second to none, even during the game. So I got to run into the game. We'll be brief about this because I'll be honest, I only sat in the stadium for the first half. There was no way I could go back out there after the first half. First and foremost, you want to talk about us not showing up. For whatever reason it is, clearly the tickets aren't as expensive as Vegas, so no idea there. I've already been to Giant Stadium. We showed out in Denver. We showed out everywhere we went. Listen to what I tell y'all. There was not a single Raider fan within 30 to 50 seats in any direction as to where I was sitting. And don't get me wrong, there was a nice section right up front, but that was it, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, there was nobody. I was on alert the whole game, left and right, staring, making sure I'm Gucci, because I'd never been to a game, home or away, without a single Raider remotely. Not even I couldn't even wave. They were not even remotely close to anywhere I was sitting. Anywhere. I mean, it was crazy. The stadium, outstanding. I don't know why. I guess, I had heard some rumors about the them building some kind of new stadium or wanting a new stadium, something. So I immediately, set myself up, for expecting the least. And I'm glad I did because wow. Again, I'm telling you guys, Kansas, I'm so glad the Donkeys are my most hated team. And I'll get into it a little bit more on as to why I've already given the info and the heads up on why mainly and mostly, but I'm telling you, man, their stadium was sick. I, their club section, sick. I mean, it kind of makes me wonder. I mean, well, no, I can see why we did things the way we did things at our stadium because it's actually more to see. There's more visuals, there's more artwork, right? There's just more, there's better to see. So I get it. And you can walk around, you know, completely, but not like you can at Arrowhead. I mean, the club seats, I wouldn't sit anywhere else. Don't get me wrong, I would sit in the at most front, but man, it's gonna have to be a warm game because I'll be honest, going down up front, it was really cold. Walking around to get drinks, go to the bathroom, and so forth. It was absolutely cold because everything's outdoors. So yeah, being up front, it's great, to see, but man, if it's a cold game, good luck with that. That was honestly the only reason I bought the seats or even went. Again, this was a game that I was not expecting to go to, but decided to. Yeah, and that's the other thing. That Saturday before, again, didn't realize, you know, um, life would happen, of course, but that Saturday before the game was a special day for me because I earned my black belt in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. 12 years, 6 months to be exact, of how long it took me to obtain and achieve that goal, which actually was never a goal to begin with. I explained to people that, I thought 2 years max. I thought if I would ever be possible to get a blue belt, that would be more than expected. But yeah, long story short, that happened that day too. So it was a great weekend going in for me. But yeah, obviously we played like crap. But again, not all was lost. Again, like I said, for you guys that are Kansas City haters, the ones that hate the chefs the worst out of all of us. Yeah, I turned it off. I still got more to say. Yeah, so city is awesome. Downtown was awesome. It looked like you could get around to everywhere you would need to get to. Very fortunate for me. I have a very, very good longtime friend, JMO, that's born and raised in Connecticut with me. And he's kind of like myself, where, we tend to find ways to get the keys to the city, if you will, when we move somewhere. Yeah, and he's been down in Kansas City for some years now and set up shop just as he always has and done everywhere he's moved. It's got a nice car shop, sells cars, fixes cars, all kinds of anything cars, very affordable. I'm gonna have to shout him out next time I get his information. But yeah, he's down. He's right in the thick of it as always. But beautiful thing about that for me was the fact that I was able to really understand the city, be taken around for that, those couple of days to really understand it from the perspective of how you would want to understand it, and that's not only by somebody that's been living there and knows it now. but also them being able to take you to the spots quickly, um, right up front, show you everything you need to know, if you will. And as always, I'm in debt to that guy. He's always been a helper, help anybody and everybody, give you the shirt off of his back. And as of course, as I pull up, he's helping his nephews, changing his brakes for him because he has no clue. But yeah, the city was phenomenal. I gotta be honest. I don't know how cold it gets. I don't know about the snow. Right, obviously it's cold and snow, so clearly that's the thing that would keep me from moving there. But I was absolutely shocked with what I saw, cost of living, just everything, things to do. Yeah, Kansas City is popping. I hate to tell you guys. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry you guys that hate the chefs the most. That's unfortunately not for me. In fact, um, you know, they're probably, I guess you can say they're third in the division. Obviously, I rank us first, right? Chargers, I went to school in San Diego. Got a little bit of a soft spot for them, if you will. My real true number two team is the Dolphins. Half of my family comes from Miami, so enough said. Yeah, so yeah, that's how it goes. It's me, it's Raiders, it's Chiefs come next. I mean, Chargers, then the Donkeys. So there you have it. Sorry, you guys, but yeah, Kansas City was live. Absolutely loved it. Loved all of the food, the hospitality, the fans, the banter, the stadium. Everything was dope. Everything about Kansas City was dope that I got to see, and I got to see a lot. So, yeah, that's what it is. We got embarrassed. Like I said, second half of the game, I stayed back, sat in the club section. Again, excuse me. Yeah, got drinks purchased by Chiefs fans the whole second half. I just sat back there, had conversations. A few people from Florida, Jim and his lovely wife I met. We sat and talked, right? And I just talked to a lot of Chiefs fans that were really gracious. I mean, weren't trying to dig in, and of course, some of them were, and I don't blame them. I mean, it's what you you deal with, especially being the only Raider fan. I'm telling you guys, I was super disappointed about that. We got problems. We're dysfunctional. I it 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 all makes sense to me why I'm a Raider. Always will be. I mean, it reminds me of my very own family, right? Upbringing. And I mean, I guess everybody can probably say their family's dysfunctional. But seriously, like the Raiders is and always has been dysfunctional. The difference is Al knew how to win with that dysfunction. And unfortunately, his son doesn't have a clue. Mark doesn't have a clue of how to win with this kind of dysfunction. And that's where we are with it. Um yeah, so that game was just a pure embarrassment. It just was. The more and more I think about everything, the more and more you dig and look into, you know, us as a team. This is where it's like I've been back and forth with the whole card thing, right? From jump. And I've always stated, and we all know numbers don't lie. Facts are facts, right? And if the numbers say he's a top three quarterback, he's a top three. I mean, he is. It is what it is. But guess what? The dysfunction, ladies and gentlemen. How do you just continue to dismiss the dysfunction? The guy's had what, five, six different head coaches in his entire what, 8, 9 years as a Raider? How do you build anything with that? I mean, we had a coach change in high school, and it took us a year to get right. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what we can expect from Derek Carr. I mean, the guy, you know, Colin Coward, he did a piece on him. I mean, the more and more I look at it, the more and more I realize the reality is, in fact, like my cuz Day stated, it's not Carr, it's us. And it goes to show it's us because we're literally divided down the line. I mean, every other Raider fan you ask, they're gonna hate Carr, love Carr. Every other one, it's not gonna matter. It's gonna be 50-50. You get 20 Raiders in a room, and 10 of them are gonna love Carr, and 10 of them are gonna hate Carr. 10 of them are gonna say, "Yep, we're gonna lose the best thing we ever had," and 10 of them are gonna say, "Good riddance. Should have done this a while ago." And it's sad because the actual truth and the facts are that the guy's a phenomenal quarterback. Period. Again, numbers don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, just go back and look at the quarterbacks we've had previous. It's not even worth your time. It, I'm telling you, Carr. When we lose Carr, because there's no question we're going to lose Carr. Do I think we lose Carr after this year? Probably, right? I mean, do we deserve to lose Carr? Yes. I see, and this is where I say I'm changing my tune, and I'm changing it a lot because the harsh reality is we are as dysfunctional as it gets. And to ask someone to come in and play and be their best and take a team to a playoff with the type of dysfunction that we operate with, it's just ludicrous. It's you know what I mean? It's a huge red flag. Like, are you kidding me? There's no reason for anybody to think that cars should be thriving in this environment. It's just not. It's just not logical in any way, shape, or form. So, hey, I'm giving Carr his flowers. Hey man, and again, we're just gonna get another coach next year. Like, it's like I feel it. It definitely, absolutely feels like the whole. Uh, what's the Detroit kid's name? That's now at the Rams. It's Matthew Stafford. It just reeks of Stafford. Put this kid with the right team, the right everything is game over. I mean, could you imagine Derek Carr in Cleveland? Right? There's a lot of speculation going on. We know Derek Carr doesn't want to go anywhere, but for his sake, I mean, it would be for him. To be honest, go get your ring, man. I don't know if you're gonna get that with us. We have way too many issues. We have to figure out how to win in our dysfunction, just period in general. And that means the front office has to figure that part out. They have to figure that part out first. We should have, without a doubt, been looking at playoffs this year easy. The amount of draft picks we've had, everything that you put together, there's no question we should have gotten it done, and we didn't. So that's where it really needs to start. Everyone's talking about its car. It's not. I mean, sure, he plays erratic, but look what he's had behind him for his whole career. Nothing but erratics. It's just been a pure ish show. We all know it. It's Raider Nation. It's who we are. It doesn't get more dysfunctional than Raider Nation. I mean, it's part of the fabric of who we are, man. And I wouldn't change any bit of it. I love every bit of it, you know. And we just have to figure out a way to win. with who we are. Again, it doesn't. It reminds me of my family. We always win though. Hey, that's real talk. We go through a lot, but we find ways to win. We may be down at some point, but you, Grumps, Hudson's, yeah, my both sides of my family, it's never gonna be down forever. No, it's just not the way we operate. Um, we may get knocked down, but we get back up. And the Raiders is no different. We might get knocked down. I mean, there was a post today I saw. Everyone's talking trash, which is I guess you might as well segment into this game, right? We've already discussed everything Kansas City. I'm done with Kansas City. Let's move right on in. Glad I didn't book anything for this game because, as you see, and they always find ways, right, to mess with us. It's typical. It's part of being a Raider. We'll take it. Yeah, we'll take it. NFL Raider Nation all day. It doesn't matter. Do whatever you're gonna do. We all know. The whole world knows you're against us. You're biased towards us. You hated what Al did to the league, for the league, and now we pay for it. And it is what it is. I mean, even this Browns game, they tried to give it away, right? Man, what was it? Third down, and we hit a big pass play to Zay, I believe, and they call holding something stupid. It's just, it's sometimes it's so obvious. I don't know. I You can't help yourself. But anyways, yes, this game, people act like we're just full speed functioning. Who cares that the Browns were missing 13 people? I mean, we're missing 13 people too. One being the head coach. Like, what are you people talking about? So what? We barely won. Any game that you win in the NFL is a earned game won. We all just saw Arizona lose, right? To the Lions. Any given game, any given team can win. Please believe it. If you don't think these boys can rally and put together a win any given day for whatever reason, I don't know what you're watching. These guys are phenomenal athletes. I mean, they eat, sleep, and drink NFL, if you will, for the most part, right? Except for the guys that are just super stupid talented and waste it all on whatever. Um, but yeah, anybody can win any given day. So I, a win is a win. We're taking this Cleveland win to the bank. Yes, sir. Raider Nation, be proud, be happy of that win. Um, it's not tainted. And in fact, they got 13 guys. We got 13, 14 guys that are out. I'm not naming the whole list, right? But we got people that are out that aren't coming back as well. Cognito, Drake, just lost Abram. Obviously, Ruggs, right? I mean, we hadn't had Waller. I mean, the list just goes on. We lost our fullback and gold, blown out knee. The list goes on. We don't have our people either. And we're still in it. What is the title of this? Still alive? Is that what this is? Still alive? Because that's how I see it. At 7-7, we got 3 games left. We go 10-7. We have a very legitimate shot of still getting into the playoffs. And in fact, if we win all 3 games, it's all probably a 95% chance that we are in the playoffs, regardless of what anyone else does. So let's be clear here. This season is not over. We are still alive. And that's also a part of this dysfunction in fabric that runs into our veins. And if this game didn't show you that, I don't know what else will. I mean, I didn't hear about it till after. Who knows? I mean, it's the NFL. It is what it is. But I believe this one. I believe it when I hear it. But I heard Carr told the defense, "Look, guys, get me this ball back, please. I promise you, we're winning this." And I felt the same way. As much as I hated this game, it was sloppy, right? It was drop balls. I mean, you got Brian Edwards catching touchdowns. You got Deshaun Jackson dropping stuff. Man, just a lot of there's a lot of garbage, right? I'm not gonna lie and sit and act like it was grateful, but it was a lot of garbage. You got a lot of people out, a lot of garbage, a lot of stuff needed to go our way. Luckily, we got Carlson. He's he's a saint. I don't know how we how we're even winning 7 games this year. It's a whirlwind. I don't know, man. This has been one of the toughest seasons of all time, and I don't think it has anything to do with me going to all the games. Just the drama, everything that's gone on for the season for us has not been easy, ladies and gentlemen. Um, this will test you, Raider Nation. Absolutely. You know, if this doesn't test you, I don't know what does as a Raider fan. Like, these are those, times that you just know there'll be a better day, right? Patriots went through it. We've gone through it. This isn't our first time. We got 3, right? We were terrible at one point before this, but we were great before this as well. And that's where history is going to repeat itself. They can do all they can on their end to, create whatever outcome they want to create, but at the end of the day, the way I see it is the way that this Browns game went. And that means, you know what? At the end of the day, we will find a way, as it's always been dysfunctional, right? We're going to find a way to make the game, to make the season still relevant when it matters, when it counts. It'll be a fight, and it'll be a fight to the very bitter end, just like this one. I'm very happy because obviously we all know we got the Donkeys next. Um, we had our way with the Donkeys, and we had our way with the Donkeys in Donkeyland. And I don't see why it would or should be any different. I don't believe Bridgewater's going to play, and even if he does play, for how long, right? I mean, that guy got carried out in a stretcher in the worst way. I don't see how he's going to make protocol, but from what I'm hearing, they'll do it again. They're doing just like, right. We should have been playing this game Saturday. If we'd have played this game Saturday, it would have been a 30-0 game. But no, it's the Raiders. We'll find a way. Give them some extra time. Let them get their practice squad quarterback up to speed. Give them a day. It's BS. It's the Raiders. It's what they do. It's what they do to us. Again, which is why it's even that much harder to endure being a fan and being not good, because it's going to take being great. It's going to take being great to deal with everything you have to deal with in the league. It's not just the teams, and we all are starting to see and notice. But yeah, this Browns game was super tough. D-Car showed his heart. Again, I'm done talking bad about the guy. Period. And I don't ever talk bad about him. It's always just been about his play. But I'm done with that. You know, we'll be fortunate to have D card next year and definitely make the playoffs. Granted, we make the right decisions in the front office. I mean, it starts from the top. See, and that's the thing. You know, just think about anything else in life that you've been a part of, that you've done, right? Bottom line is it starts from the top, period. Excuse me. If you don't have leadership from the top, doing what's necessary to be a championship team, chances are you're not going to have that. And it doesn't matter what kind of team you have. You can have a championship caliber team, but if you don't have it at the top, and that goes from the top, the tippity top, Mark Davis, is it's time to do whatever it is that you need to do, whatever deal that dad made to the devil to create the Raiders, and you know you have the lifestyle you have. It's time for you to make that deal as well. However it goes down, I don't know what it is, how it is. We all know something seems to happen for teams and so forth. We just need that to happen because Raiders fans have been through more than enough. We've been through plenty, and it's time for us to get back to winning. Um, we got a beautiful new stadium next year. The Super Bowl or 24, the Super Bowl will be there. Let's get our ish together now, right? 22, 23, really make a run. And then 24 is ours and beyond, right? Let's get back to our ways. It's time. It's been long enough. The league is looking for something. I say we give it to them. Yeah, absolutely. That's where I'm at with it. So yeah, this Browns game is an ish show. I admit it. I didn't go. I was home right here in my office, if you will. Um, Eventually, one day, I'll show you guys. Got a big 140 diagonal right here. Screen. Yep. Um, it was terrible to watch. It was horrible to watch. I'm just glad the outcome was the outcome. Um, you know, I don't know. What we got to do, and I will have a show Friday. Absolutely, we'll hop back on, and hopefully, I can have some guys join me. Like I say, this was last minute. I wanted to do yesterday, but there was a game yesterday, right? So, um, yeah, I wanted to catch back up, and I will eventually. Like I say, we got some content that will be coming out here shortly. A lot of cool clips that I haven't shown ever anywhere. That stuff will start to be rolling out as we get towards the end of the season. It's been a great season. I'm really happy I did all of this. Um, the channel, going to the games, my GoPros, really trying to get footage for you guys. I'm very happy that I did this. It was something that was needed not only for myself, for Raider Nation, right? And just for humanity. We need to get back out and about, connecting, networking, doing those things. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be tough. Like I said, I'm gonna have a Friday show. We're gonna obviously talk more about these donkeys. Luckily, it's at home, so I don't have to worry about any of the nonsense and riffraff. I'll have a compadre with me. I have a wingman with me this time. He doesn't know about it yet. Um, that'll be exciting to see his face come Christmas. Been dying to get out. Always have a trip with the kiddos. Yeah, we always find a way to. I get to individually get them out and about. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time this weekend coming up. We got Donkey Land is in Vegas. Should be interesting. We'll see how they handle all the COVID stuff that's happening after the fact. I think they've ruled on it already, so of course they'll follow the rules now that they've done what they needed to do to us and almost sabotaged our whole entire season in one game based on that call. As it's always something, right? And that's why I say, man, it's if you're a Raider, you're used to this. It's just par for the course. Doesn't matter. We're here. We're here to stay. Um, always will be. Raider Nation for life, right? RN 4L. That is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So I am gonna call this a show. Yeah, we will pick this back up on Friday, like I say. This was one of those last minute things. You know, I've been away from the mic for a while. I needed to make sure I check in with my peoples and get this content out here. But yep, we will pick up Friday. Obviously, fantasy. So real quick before I do head out, fantasy wise, 2 out of the 3 leagues I'm still in it. So all 3 leagues I made playoffs. Right, give myself a pat on the back for that. Made playoffs, and 2 out of those 3 leagues I'm still in it. One I'm in the quarters, and another I'm in the finals. So we'll hit that up on Friday, though. Like I say, yeah, Raider Nation. It's been awesome, man. I appreciate you guys. Uh, yeah, we will chat on Friday, as it is. Peace. Good night.